Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about visual editor using Kali Lineup. So let's start. Our team members consist of 5 people. First, Idina Alia binti Muhammad Rosli. Second, Siti Nurul Aiman binti Tamjiz. Third, Saidatul Asma binti Muhammad Razali. Fourth, Nur Izzatul Hanim binti Muhammad. And lastly, Khaisatul Balqis binti Mat Daud. Some introduction about Visual Editor. First, the VI Editor is a text editor which is available on almost all Unix or Linux systems. Second, VI Editor has no menus but instead use combination of keystrokes in order to accomplish commands. Third, we can use VI Editor to edit, such as add, change, and delete text, and existing file or to create a new file from scratch. Next, we can also use VI Editor to just read a text file. Movement commands. This is a demo for command mode. Command mode indicates a mode where the character types a part user or interpreted as command. To enter this mode, we must press the S key. For example, now I'm inside the insert mode. So if I want to enter the command mode, I need to press the S key. First, I will show you the movement command. These are the list of movement commands. We have movement between character, word, and line. So the movement between character, we have H, L, and E. For example, when you want to move to the previous character, we have to press H. So now it will move from H to T. We want to move to the next character, we must to press L. Now it goes from T to H. And if you want to move to the end of the word, we must to press E. So now the cursor move from H to S, which is in the end of the word. To move between words, we have B and W. B will move to previous word and W will move to the next word. For example, if we press B, it will move from T to the 9, which is the previous word. And if we press W, it will move to the next word, which is this.
Now to move between line, if we want to move to the previous line, we have to press K. Now it moved from 9 to 8, which is the previous line. If we want to move to the next line, we have to press J. Now it moved from 8 to 9.
To move the cursor to the first line, write capital H. To move the cursor to the middle line, write capital M. To move the cursor to the last line, write capital L. To move the cursor to the end of the current line, write money symbol. Now it moved from the beginning to the end of the line. To move the cursor to the beginning of the current line, write 0. Now it moved from the end to the beginning of the line. To move between sentences, we use open brackets and close brackets. To move to the next sentence, we use close brackets. So now it goes from this sentence to this sentence. And if you want to go to the previous sentence, we use open brackets. Now it goes from this sentence to the previous sentence. Find command. So now we are going to see the find commands. To find a word in forward direction, use /word. It will find the word starting from the top. To repeat the previous search, just write /. To find a word in backward direction, use ?word. It will find the word starting from the bottom. To search the word in the opposite direction, we use capital N. For the example, in the previous command, we search in the backward direction. And when we put capital N, it will search for the word in the opposite direction. To ignore the case, use setIC. For example, in writing the word geese, in the search command by ignoring the case, it will not be able to find the word. After we use this command, we can see that it will be able to find the word by ignoring the case.
Next is for editing command. It consists of delete, undo, and find and replace. First, to delete a character, type small x, delete D. To delete a previous character, type capital X, it deletes E. To delete a number of characters for previous, type capital N X. For example, I want to delete 3 numbers, I type 3x. So it deletes 14 and the space. To delete a number of characters for after, type capital N small x. To delete a word, type DW. And to delete a line, type DD. To delete the end of the line, type capital D. For example, my cursor is between editing and command, so type capital D and delete words after the editing. Next, to delete number of lines, for type NDD. For example, we want to delete 2 lines. We have to write 2DD. It deletes 2 lines. To delete the last line, type DL. For example, we delete line 13 until the last line. To delete entire line, use DG. Type H to go to the first line and type DG to delete the entire line. So you can see we deleted all of the command. To undo the previous command, use small u. You can see we got the command back. And to undo changes made in the current line, use capital U. Next is find and replace command. This is the command that we use to find and replace. The first one is find and replace a string in the current line. We use this command, which is s type which string and which string. So it changed. Next, replace string in a number of line. We use this command. Find and change word from line 10 to 12. So we change it. And first line you want to find and replace, and the last line you want to find and replace. You change it to change. So it change the string. Next, replace string in entire file. We use this command. So we type find and change it to change. So it changed. The last one is change and replace string in entire file with user's confirmation. We use this command. We type it, change find and replace it with find. So to replace it, type Y, and if you do not want to replace it, type M. So you can see I changed and it. This is for the input command. We will learn how to use input command using VEditor. I will explain it on insert mode, but first you must know the text input commands. There are several commands. The first one is I, which is insert text at current cursor line. It consists of I until O, which is O for insert new line above and allows insertion. Okay, for the demo, at the cursor, I use capital I to write text at the beginning, which is hi. Next, we want to use small a to put words after the cursor. After the words editor, you can put anything after the editor, and it will have some space between the editor and another word. For capital A, it is the same as small a, which is it will go to the end of the line, but it depends on the location of the cursor. For example, my cursor is at work, so I write capital A and it goes to the end of the line, which is editor. Next is CW. It auto delete the current word where the cursor point at, which is R for editor. It delete the word R where my cursor at. For CC, it will delete the whole line where the cursor is pointed to. My cursor is pointed at the line hello world. So when I type CC, it will delete the whole line of the hello world. Yes. Okay. Next is for C $sign. It will delete the current words. For this example, I need to write a new words for this command. I write the word which is hello world. I'm writing this again. Okay, for C $sign, you can see after the again, I put 2 dots. So using C $sign, it will delete one of the dots. Next is for small o. For small o, it insert new line under the current line where my pointer at. So using small o, it will put new line under the line hello world. So I write, hello, this is my new line. For the next command, which is capital O, it will insert the new line above the current line where my cursor is pointed to. So it will put new line above the hello, this is my new line. I write new words, which is my new line is here. So that's all for the input command.
Escape commands. The escape could signal the device to execute the text command rather than print or display the text characters. Hello, now we move to the last mode of operation in VI, which is escape mode. Escape mode indicates a mode where the command line entry is set at the foot of the screen. Second, to enter this mode, type the colon symbol. Save and exit command. However, before we can use this command, we must hit the ESC button first. First, to save to different files, we can use this command. Second, save the file using this command. Third, save all change and quits with these commands. And last, quits without saving the change. Other command. Hi there, next we move to other commands in VI editor. First, copy command, B, paste command, and C, display commands. For copy commands, we have three situations. First, copies current line. Second, copies all lines. And third, copies word. For paste command, we have two situations. First, paste text after cursor position. And second, paste text before cursor position. For display commands, we can display file name and number of lines using these commands. Now, let's move to the demo parts. First, we want to copy current line and paste command. Second, we want to copy all lines and paste command. Third, we want to copy words. So when we paste it, it will paste word by word.